I am Boo from Germany and you're watching Game Agents TV, brought to you on Hitbox. EFRAG TV is gladly giving us the opportunity to shoutcast all those games. We have Finland being represented by Alu, Histali, Reflex, Xati and Joels. On the other side we have Portugal with Rome, Nox, Mud, Confleet and Fox. So we've got 3 kick players in the lineup of Portugal. And I think they might cause Finland some trouble. Now, is Histali his real nick? That's the question. Or is it just Caron's fake nick? We will look into that as soon as the knife round is over. The players take it way too serious for us too. In my opinion, the knife round doesn't matter too much. Of course, the terrorist side is easier to start on, but it's not that big of a deal if you lose it. And Finland wins the knife round. They decide to start on the terrorist side probably. No, they decide to stay. So it's actually his tally. And as I said, we have that last minute lineup change, not on Portugal but on Finland. We have his tally instead of Caron. So we are live with the first round of this matchup on Dust 2. Finland's opportunity to take over the lead in their group. And yeah, the teams happen to switch their lineups in last minute sometimes. So Portugal with a chance of picking up their first 3 points if they manage to upset Finland, who are the hefty favorites in basically the eyes of everybody. Let's stop the poll. We've got 170 votes in favor of Finland and 100 votes in favor of Portugal. And Portugal is going for a mid-B split, a very delayed tunnel player coming in. Fox is the only one now working from tunnels. He's got a teammate inside the bomb site, but not the frags. And even if they managed to get themselves on the B bomb site, they didn't manage to take out the CTs, who are very intelligently avoiding the Portuguese players. Alu with 3 frags in his pistol round, and Finland only lose 1 player. Even though Portugal put every player on the B bomb site, it didn't manage to get through with this round. Finland off to a great start on the CT side. Portugal not too happy about that outcome, but they might still upset the Finns in the second round as Joels hoses them all down with a P90, and he's on the ace if he manages to get the last frag. But Xati just jumps in front of him to pick up Rome and gets rid of Joel's ace. Still 4 frags for Joels with that P90 and a pistol combination. It's not that big of a deal against the save round, of course, even more so as Portugal was pushing a long double doors and actually didn't really pose any danger to Joels, who was holding alone on long. Now Portugal with a second save round. They didn't plant the bomb in any of the 2 rounds before, and it's once again Joels expanding his 50 bullets, but then he goes down to Nox. Reflex though holding the A bomb site, forcing Mud to retreat after he expended all his bullets on the CZ75. It is Portugal's turn to make something happen on the A bomb site, but they get pushed from behind by Alu already. 2 players stuck on long. They are cramped in, trying to make something work. And Reflex is down to 3 HP, gets supported though by Xati, and together with his tally, Xati disposes of Fox and Nox to make it 3-0. No problem for Finland, even though they had Alu and Reflex down to, I think it was 2 and 3 HP. They pulled back to not get killed, and Finland with a very good economy right now. His Sally being tagged by Fox, obviously the player to watch on Portugal. With that AWP, he manages to pull off really sick stuff if he's on form. And he already showed off with his first shot through the door. His tally went down to 50 HP. Thanks to that tagging, the B players get slowed down even more. And you can capitalize on that if you tag a player running from middle to B. Reflex now almost took down Rome through that smoke. Rome goes down to 20 HP, lucky to stay alive in that situation. Portugal now scratching their head. Where to go? Where is the place to be right now? They setting up a B split once again. They try to make it work in their first weapon round. Even though it didn't work on the pistol, Portugal will probably advance to the B bomb site as soon as they are ready. And Ali now checks out middle, flashes Rome completely. He takes point nonetheless. With his 20 HP, he moves in. He needs to get the frag. As Alu fires away, gets flashed once again. Takes out Rome and Nox. Reflex on the other side, takes out Mud. Nice fragging by the CTs on that entry on the B bomb side. Confleet and Fox standing alone for the Portuguese squad against 4 CTs. Make that 3, make that 2 by Confleet. From the window, he took out Xati and Alu. Great job by him. Now Fox and him just need to plant the bomb as Reflex comes in from tunnels. He takes out Confleet. And it's Fox alone on the bomb site. He still makes his AWP work on Reflex, but the time runs out as he takes out Joel's. No chance for Portugal. They were slowed down so much by the CTs. They were constantly poking into the bomb site, not leaving the Portuguese players alone. And like that, Portugal managed to take out all the 5 CTs, but it didn't manage to make it in time. Portugal down 4-0, and Fox almost pulled it off. If Joel's had pushed in, he might have risked the whole round for Finland, but obviously Joel's was watching the clock, and it was no problem for him in the end to just stay away from the action until the time runs out. Now Fox with that headshot onto his tally. He tries to follow it up, but Alu gets the better of him. 4v3 still in favor of the Portuguese squad, who are now pushing into the B bomb site once again. Fox with it opening up the Confleet, and now it's Mud to take Oxati. Portugal trying to upset the Finns in their save round. And Joels and Alu now trying to get some exit frags. But it is actually Confleet still in CT spawn. Might catch them rotating if the CTs try to get in to the B bomb site. Now Alu tries to get closer to his teammates, but he will be spotted in middle in just a second. Confleet catches himself a headshot, doesn't connect with that AWP shot, and Alu gets away alive as Joel covers him nicely. He puts in a nade into CT spawn, but doesn't get the frag onto Confleet, who is still down to 14 HP. And the 2 teams leave everyone alone in the end. Portugal didn't want to lose any more weapons. They're just trying to get into that game. And it obviously wouldn't really help them if they lost all the weapons after the bomb exploded. And the CT is obviously happy to have Alu and Joels alive and save some money for them. Let's take a look at the scoreboard as Fox is taking point on long. He gets rid of Reflex. Instant first frag for Portugal, and that's what Fox is famous for. Getting those early frags. Portugal with the advantage going into the 6th round. And they might follow it up. They could somehow abuse that lack of one player on the A bomb side. They try to do that with a B split. Nords pushes in. Mud gets a CZ 75 frags onto his tally, but Alu is still in there now, taken out by Nox, and the B bomb site is under control for now, as Portugal has 3 players in there. Nox gets himself into a nice position to ambush anyone that tries to get himself into the B bomb site from tunnels, and Finland is trying to get a few shots off into the B bomb site. They might even go for the full retake, but they need to hurry up. The bomb is ticking faster and faster. Confleet covers window nicely with a frag on Xati. Now Joel just tries to run away, but Confleet is very swift to jump up into that window and get rid of him as well. 4-2 now. Still in favor of Finland, but they need to save, and Portugal is closing the gap to only 2 rounds. And if they win this one, it might get even closer for the Finns. As Fox is lining up into middle, he doesn't connect to anyone right now. And we have a few lags there on Rome. Let's check out his ping. It's certainly not his ping. Maybe it's the GoTV server as well. We had a few problems Hey, Sailor. Oh, shit. Oh, sorry for... sorry. But of course, anyone that saw that screen with the 2-2 Na'Vi against Hellraisers, check out that game in the video section. It was really sick. A best of 5 going all the way in the Game Show League LAN finals, and you can watch that back to back on the video section. Now I got rid of that. Sorry for not taking care of my interface. As we see Portugal disposing of 3 CTs in that save round. There was not much to say about that. Now the CTs try to get themselves into short, where Rome and Fox were holding. They got 1 frag each. Rome finished off Alu in there as well. And it's 4-3 now in favor of Finland, who are now back to weapons and have the chance of upsetting Portugal once again and screwing their economy over. But we have over $9,000 for Confleet. And I think 7,000 for Nox. This is quite a lot of money for a terrorist squad. Portugal is feeling better and better. And once again his tally is hit as he was crossing towards the B bomb site. Now Portugal going for a more standard strategy. Middle control for them at the beginning of the round. Now the bomb gets moved towards the B tunnels. And we might even see another B split by Portugal. This time, Finland is preparing themselves. Alu with the first frag onto Mud. Firing squad is moving into the B bomb site, getting rid of his tally, but it's a 4v4 and Rome is down to 16 HP. Now Alu lines up his scope onto the B platform, trying to cover it as good as possible, but he gets pushed and forced away from that position with his scope. He can't really do anything about that AK player that hopped up into the window. Now Fox sees his barrel, but couldn't get the shot off. The CTs are poking in. They try to get themselves into B tunnels. And actually Xati is aware of Nox, who was waiting there. Alu with another one onto Rome, but the CT is already off to saving. They just wait for Portugal to exit the bomb site and just want to strip every single weapon off of the Portuguese squad. They let the bomb explode. But Finland is happy to have all their 4 rifles surviving. And they even eliminate the terrorist squad. At least a small comfort for the Finns. They lose the 8th round and let Portugal draw that game at 4. But they decide to save early on. Basically, as soon as the bomb was planted, they decided to save. It is very hard to retake as Alu gets killed by Fox through the door with a headshot. Great job by Fox. He really hits every single shot at the beginning of the round. That is something that an AWP player has to do basically if he wants to be on top. And Fox tagged his tally twice, got 1 opening shot on long and now the opening shot into middle, making it hard for Finland to adjust their players and making it a little bit easier for Portugal to set up their strategy. As we might see the first A attack by the Portuguese squad. Look at his tally though, he's checking out B tunnels already and he might get all the information for his teammates that the Portuguese are actually not moving towards B right now. But just now, and as they make their move, his tally shows up with a frag onto Rome, reflects with a try to get a few frags off. He actually finishes off Mud and Confleet. He had some trouble on that spray, but Portugal is not down and out. They're still in a 2v2 and Fox is still standing and kicking into Xati. Now it's Reflex with his 2 frags, standing alone, but Nox takes him out with that nicely aimed HE grenade. Portugal with a 5-4 lead, getting 5 rounds in a row. Finland might regret their choice to start on the CT side. They were happy at the beginning, but now they feel the strength of the Portuguese players. Alenau with his AWP, and of course he is the other player on the server that is capable of pulling off a few really astonishing shots with that big green gun. If somebody happens to run into his crosshair, Alu will surely pick him off, but at the moment Portugal is still setting up the strategy, taking their time, controlling middle with 3 players. 1 at B tunnel. Snorks is holding A long. And not too much happening on the terrorist side so far. Portugal now setting up another B split. And this might really get into the head of Finland if they get repeatedly demolished on the B bomb side. The players need to do something, but Alu gets rid of Fox, wins the first AWP battle and opens up on the B bomb side, but Rome sneaks through, doesn't get killed by Alu and gets himself the frag onto said AWP player. Norks with the other one onto his tally. It's a 4v3 retake situation for the CTs, and if they don't get that frag early on, they might actually go to save once again. Now Reflex with that poke from window gets killed by Confleet. Nice covering by Portugal. The CTs once again backing off. Joas and Xati slowly moving through that smoke. And they are still waiting for the Portuguese players to exit the bomb site. But they probably will only find Mud, who is moving in from terrorist spawn. Xati doesn't get the frag onto Mud. That AK headshot was too strong for him. Then Joas with that refrag, but it's all he can do for now. 3 Portuguese players stay alive and make it 6-4. The terrorist side proves to be as easy as I said at the beginning. Coming back into the match with 6 straight rounds by Portugal and Finland on a save round. So the Portuguese team will probably look at a 7-4 scoreline before the CTs can get their weapons back. Let's check out their money. Yeah, they will probably be able to force it in the next round. But obviously Portugal first needs to dispose of that save round as Conflict gets taken out by Joas and Alu, who play together greatly in that B tunnel. Re-peeking. And you see Joas is down to 9 HP, still managed to pull that frag off as Fox is taking point with it. Sees at 75 on short, takes out Reflex. Rome moves in with a mad spray, doesn't get the frag. His tally's down to 11. Look at the CT squad being down and out. Basically, even though they still stand, they are down to 11, 9 and 9 HP. Only Alu with a considerable amount of HP left on the CT squad. As the bomb gets planted by the Portuguese players, they are just waiting for the CTs to show themselves and mop up the frags to finish off that round. Now what is Alu trying to do? He's just trying to get away through B tunnels. A few cheeky shots in there maybe, but it's not happening for him right now. Finland saved their Deagle, and Joas managed to get his hands on an AK. Carries that to the next round as well. 7-4 now. And the CTs can buy themselves a few rifles again. Now Finland needs to do something about that lead by Portugal. They can't allow the Portuguese players to gain that momentum and carry it over to the second half. If Portugal manages to pull through with a 10-5 scoreline, it will be very hard for Finland to come back from in the second half. As Xati needs to dodge that flash grenade by his teammate. No one to peek there on A long. Portugal now trying to mix it up a little bit with a short advance. 1 minute 10 on the clock. It doesn't mean anything if the terrorists make their way towards short right now. They can still easily rotate back towards B. They're just trying to poke in there. Maybe get an easy frag. Get the opening on the A bomb side. Maybe make a push at long as well. And as I say that, we see Nox is trying to get himself into the thicker things against Joas, who is waiting on the other side of that smoke. Joas now retreats into the safety of Pit. And Portugal make it really obvious they want to hit the A bomb side. Alu is already moving into the middle. He doesn't get the frag onto Mud, but gets the frag onto Rome, then gets re-killed, re-fragged by Mud. It's a 4v4 situation, now a 3v3 thanks to Joas and Mud. The Portuguese players actually switch back towards the B bomb side. His tally takes out the bomb carrier, now has all the information for his teammates to rotate in. He just needs to stay alive against the rest of the terrible squad. He picks off Fox But Mutt gets once again the refrag. Now he needs to work against two CTs who are moving in from either direction. He tries to get rid of Xati, but the pistol is too strong for Mutt, who was down on low HP already. Finland finally get themselves around back on the board to make it 7-5. Now they just need one more round to make it a decent halftime score. And what Portugal was trying to do in this round was just actually make it obvious to hit the A bomb site, draw the CTs out, and then actually carry the bomb towards B. And they ended up on the B bomb site, but his tally was holding magnificent with that really good hold, was slowing them down. And then it was Xati mopping up the last frag. Finland with that good rotation in the end, even though they were kind of fooled by the Portuguese squad. Finland still managed to get back to the B bomb site in time. And now Portugal, guess what they do? They go back to the B bomb site. If A is not happening for them, why not hit the B bomb site until the CTs have figured out how to get control of that? Rome picks off his tally, who was all alone inside. No chance for him. The CTs get smoked off, they get naded off, they get flashed off, everything is thrown at him. And as you can see yourself, Finland is going for that save already. They are fed up with those B attacks. They will probably argue how to get control of that against the Portuguese squad, who is just pushing in with 4 players through B tunnels. They get the opening frag, and then there's nobody there to make a stop to the push. Portugal now tries to search the weapons and get rid of them, if possible, without losing any players. And Joel now picks off Confleet, or Fleet. I happen to call him Confleet. I don't know why, but it's Cass's instinct. Mud with a refrag onto Joel's, but they don't get too many frags anymore. 3 CTs stay alive. Portugal make it 8-5, and now we're heading in the second last round of this first half between Finland and Portugal in the ESEC. You were watching Game Agents TV, and I am Boo from Germany. I hope you enjoyed the show so far. Portugal proves to be troublesome for the Finns, but we have yet to encounter the second half. As Alu opens up onto 2 from the B platform, he gets rid of Mud and Fleet. Rome with those 3 frags though opens up the B bomb site once again. Portugal going for that alternative route, and they always get themselves on the bomb site. They always get the bomb plant as well, and as soon as they do this, Finland basically needs to save. If they are 1 man down, it's basically impossible to retake that B bomb site. Now they are in a 3v3 situation, and they try to go for it. Norks with a frag onto Reflex, Joels with a refrag onto Norks, but Fox closes out Joels. It's a 2v1 situation thanks to another shot by Rome. The Portuguese squad win that retake and make it 9-5. Now the last round of this first half. The CT struggling on the money side. They will squeeze out what they can, whatever they can, and this will be not too much. We have no armor for Xati, who still was able to purchase an AWP, but his tally once again gets tagged up by Fox with that AWP. Fox is just on point. Now his tally catches himself a nade as well. That first frag without even having straight eye contact to any of the players. Portugal off to that great start into the last round, but Reflex tries to equalize with that headshot onto Rome. Alu is pushing forward into the B tunnels. He might catch 1 player off guard. It is Mud, who was just stepping around very loud. Alu trying to get the second frag off, but Norks gets the better of him, makes it a 3v3 again. Thanks to that aggressive play by Alu, Xati is able to get himself on the B bomb site, smoke it off, and slow the Portuguese advance to call in some backup by his teammates. Joels and Reflex now hold the middle together. Portugal still has plenty of time to work with. They could easily rotate towards towards A. And they are still going for the B push. Reflex takes out Norks in middle. Now just needs to get rid of 1 additional player. Fleet is not able to finish him off. Reflex just strafed around the corner with 2 HP left. Joel is on to 34. The CTs are hurt. They are bleeding. but they are still standing, and Joas tries to make something happen with that scout. He misses his first shot, now needs to hit the second, but doesn't do so. Fox with that CZ 75 gets the better of him. And now it's Xati moving into that A bomb site. He's the last player on 100 HP for the CTs. And he doesn't have that scout, which would be the perfect weapon to have on those jumping shots. He still goes for that no scope, doesn't hit it though. Reflex in the meantime hits that head of Fox, gets rid of him, makes it a 1v1. CN Fleet and Reflex 1-on-1. Reflex with three frags and 2 HP, but CN Fleet makes light work of him. Portugal make it 10-5. Finland not able to get that jumping start on the CT side onto the Portuguese squad. Now let's take a look at the scoreboard. We have 12 frags for Fox, 12 for CN Fleet. On the other side we have Alu with 16 and 12 for Joels. Xati only with 5 on the bottom of Finland. But we are live with the second half between Finland and Portugal in the ESEC. Brought to you by Hitbox and Game Agents TV. Rome opens up onto Alu already on that B bomb site, but as in the first pistol round, the CTs decide to rather back off and try to go for the retake straight away. They leave the B bomb site up for grabs for the terrorist squad and now move in through the B tunnels. Fox picks off Xati there. Rome is trying to get control of middle, but his Tally and Reflex just push in there, get him killed. Joels with the last frag onto CN Fleet. Finland win that B bomb site pistol round and make it 10-6. At least they managed to get the first pistol round on the board, and they have won both pistols now. As the statistics say, your winning chance is roughly 80% if you manage to win both pistols. Now it's Finland's turn to prove that statistic is right by coming back into that match. Portugal refused to give up though. They have purchased 2 scouts on Rome and Fox. But Xati gets the better of Fox with that headshot with his own scout. CN Fleet pushes out of long to get rid of his Tally. The Finnish squad captured middle already against that CT squad. And oh my god, Joels with that 180 spray down onto Mud and Norks jumping and just spraying away with that Galil. Finland make it 7-10, but they had a few problems against that save round. Portugal now with a full save, and Finland will probably not have any problems anymore. Oh, Rome already putting some decent damage into his Tally. Alu goes down to 50 HP as well, but he gets a second frag and makes it really easy for the terrorists to capture the A bomb site. The Portuguese players were going for some sort of trap on the A bomb site with 4 players, but it was easy pickings for Alu, and Joel's Reflex mobs up Rome, who was trying to get in there from lower B tunnels. Finland closed the gap to only 2 more rounds. Portugal on weapons, and they are trying to put a stop to the Finnish advance right now and right there. Xati with that AWP trying to open up, but actually it is the scout player Joels who hits CN Fleet and puts him down to 18 HP. Xati didn't even react to that jumping player. So Portugal has one weak player on the B bomb side. Let's see what Finland is trying to do with that information. Reflex with that spray through the smoke doesn't do any damage at all, but Finland is pushing forward into short, just trying to gather information, make the CTs rotate. And actually it is Alu through that smoke getting the headshot onto CN Fleet, who was down to 18 HP. Mud needs to get those 2 frags, but gets taken out by Xati. 3v5 situation in favor of the terrorists. They move in together. Great push by Finland. Reflex with a headshot onto Rome. It is Nox, the only player to reply to the Finnish squad, as Reflex takes him out straight away. Silences him forever. Fox is alone on the CT squad, trying to hold on to his weapon. Finland is pushing in though, trying to strip him off of that M4A4. Still picks off that headshot onto his tally, but now the terrorists know where he's at. And they can potentially push him if they want to. They wait for each other. Great team play by Finland to wait for each other and push in from two directions. And as I say, that is great team play. They team flash each other and delay that push. Fox gets a kill onto Alu, but reflexes there and takes him out in turn. Alu doesn't get additional money for the round, but Finland make it 9-10 nonetheless. And we've got Alu now with a P90 in hand on the B bomb site. He's trying to rush that all alone. And now reconsiders and backs off rather than giving away his life too easily. Xati once again with that AWP, but no luck for him so far. Just peeking into middle, gathering information as Joas gathers his first frag onto Norks. Makes it a 5v4 in that save round for Portugal. 2 CZ75s in Rome and Fox. 157 for CN Fleet and Mud with the P250. It is an upgraded pistol save, but Portugal doesn't have any armor whatsoever. They have 4 players on the A bomb side, and Finland will try to hit that. Joas with the first frag, reflects his tally, and Xati with 1 each. Make it a really quick round in the end. Finland drawing that game on 10-10, coming back into that match with 5 straight rounds on the terrorist side. Looking strong on that easier side, but Portugal once again on weapons. Now it's Fox's first AWP. He carries it over towards A long, but Finland is actually pushing into the B bomb site together. CN Fleet depletes his bullets, 20 shots and more than 100 damage dealt. Great job by him. Rome with a frag onto reflex and his tally. He picks off another one. CN Fleet is helping him out greatly. Alu with a refrag, but then gets killed by Mud, who is quick to rotate. Xati mops up the first one with his AWP, but Mud still gets away with his life. 19 HP remaining. It's a 3v1 situation. The bomb is dropped inside the B bomb site. Xati with his scope trying to get back into that round. He still has 1 minute left on the clock. That's quite enough time if he picks up the frags as well. But Fox is waiting for him from afar. He picks him off. Xati didn't have any chance. 11-10 now, thanks to Rome's great defense on the B bomb side, supported by CN Fleet, who chimed in with 1, and a quick rotation by Mud to jump in and help his teammates when it was needed. Portugal, the first round on the board, and the first hit by Alu onto CN Fleet, who was rotating towards the B bomb site. Down to 35 HP, the CT goes. And Finland with a great start into that 22nd round, as they build up their standard strategy. We can take a quick look at the scoreboard. We've got 17 frags for Fox, 14 for CN Fleet. On the other side, we have 21 for Alu and 18 for Joels. Finland now pushing forward into short. The CTs have 3 A defenders. Nobody's covering middle at the moment. Portugal is going for that rather defensive setup. And as they say, they have nobody covering middle. Mud is rotating into CT spawn and tries to get a peek over there. Together with Rome, he will now take over the covering of middle. CN Fleet rotates towards the B platform, and it's Reflex just trying to keep the players busy at the B bomb site. Rome and Mud will now try to peek and get a frag off onto middle to get the advantage into the CT's favor, but actually no frags happen in that. Fox goes down to 34 HP on the A bomb site, desperately trying to defend his life as Alu and Reflex come in with 1 frag. Rome was the first one to pick off Xati, but Reflex with another stellar frag onto CN Fleet into lower B tunnels. Mud is coming up onto the A platform. He picks off 2 over there, makes it a 2v2 again. And Portugal still have the chance of picking off that round as Nox moving in through CT short. Reflex goes down and Joe is with that reflex, makes it a 1v1. The bomb is ticking away. Nox needs to hurry up. He gets flashed a little bit. And this is enough for Joes to pick off the headshot. Great job by Joes to stand in a 2v1 situation and actually make it 11-11, but Portugal is proving to be very, very hard to overcome on the CT side. Finland has a few problems in that weapon round, but they can now breathe a little bit easier thanks to that save that they have forced Portugal to. Alu now with the first frag onto Nox. Finland with a double AWP setup on Xati and Alu. The mouse sports and the 3D Max player both want to pick off those frags as Reflex just waits for Rome to push forward into B tunnels. Fox now needs to rotate, tries to stall Reflex a little bit, but it's no problem for Reflex to pick up that frag with his AK. Really good performance by Reflex so far, hitting those shots when it's up to him. The bomb gets planted on A as Reflex mops up another frag onto C and Fleet. But in a desperate battle with that pistol, he's not too lucky. And if you can call it a spray, Mud was spraying with that pistol. And he didn't manage to get the frag. 12-11 now, Finland taking over the lead once again. They are on the easier side and they really picked up the rounds in the second half to come back with 7-1 in that second half. So the players have lag spikes. As I mentioned before, Rome was having a few lags, and I thought it was the GoTV in the end, but I think it was the players overall throughout the whole just lineups. As I'm trying to read the chat and talk at the same time, you know, my English skills go down the drain. So yeah, the players are lagging. They decide to proceed with the game. And I don't know what happened in those few seconds that they had the game paused. Maybe they just agreed that both teams were lagging and they didn't care at all. They just want to keep playing and keep the momentum rolling. Especially for Finland, it is important to keep it rolling right now. If Portugal picks up 2 or 3 rounds in a row, they might be the team cheering and they might be the team winning at the same time. Nox and Alu exchanging frags. 4v4. The CT's left, trying to cover whatever angles there are left, and you see they have some problem on A. Mud is holding long, Rome is holding short and middle at the same time, together with C and Fleet, and Finland is now moving towards C and Fleet. The first shot gets missed by Alu, I guess it was. He goes down to C and Fleet. Now Joas moves in, but it gets refragged instantly by Mud. Xati in the meantime moves in through B tunnels, but he's left alone and Fox picks him up. Portugal win it and make it 12-12, once again drawing that game. And I just don't give up any round too easily to Finland. Really great display by Portugal. I have to say I am cheering for them at the moment as they are the underdogs. But Finland, with a great terrorist half so far, would definitely deserve the win, just as Portugal would. Reflex now opens up with a deserved win onto Mud. Nox goes down to Xati, and it's a 5v3 situation in favor of the terrorists. Rome tries to get some coverage on the A bomb site, but he goes down to his tally, and his tally with his second frag onto C and Fleet finishes off the round, which was really quick by Finland. That A attack caught Portugal completely off guard. Xati and Reflex with the first frags on A long made it so much easier for the Finns to actually pick up that round. Portugal now needs to save, and Finland will move on to that 14-12 scoreline if they don't mess up. And a 2-2-1 split for the terrorists. They try to poke into the B bomb site and into A long at the same time. Now Reflex losing 70 HP, but makes C and Fleet lose the rest of his. Makes it a 4v5 situation. Portugal on a 2-man stack inside the B bomb site. And one CT still hanging out in the middle. They try to desperately hang on to the bomb site as Rome gets rid of Reflex with that headshot. Great job by him to make it a little bit easier for the CTs to come back. Rome with another one onto Alu. Now Mud pushes into middle, but he couldn't get the frag onto his tally, who is able to spray him down with that AK. Makes it a 3v3 again. The CTs now left struggling as the 2 frags really made them real on the A bomb side. Joe is now just tapping away onto Nox, picking him off, closing out Fox in CT spawn in a second. And it's Rome alone, even though he has picked up 2 frags on the B bomb side and got me excited. I was a little fast on that excitement. The terrorists still pulled it off. And Rome is now trying to save that AK for the next round. Together with that smoke. Portugal obviously will buy up anyway, but it will make it easier for them. Now those 12 HP are enough to take down Xati, who was sneaking into that crosshair of Rome. Great pre-crosshair placement by Rome to pick off that headshot as soon as the player came around the corner. Finland make it 14-12 against that save round. And now it's the CT's turn again to equalize the score line with an AWP for Fox, an AK for Rome, a FAMAS for Mud. The CTs have everything they need, but they lack the nades. They have the rifles, but they obviously need to pick up the frags as soon as possible to make it hard for the terrorists to overrun them. And if they can't do that, they can't really delay the terrorist push too much, as they only have one more smoke left and it's 1:20 on the clock. The terrorists now can just wait them out and just dry the rest of the equipment off of the CTs and then make it happen. Rome with that cheeky peek onto Alu, who was not aware that the player was actually behind those wooden things. Yeah, I lack the vocabulary on wooden construction or building sites. But Alu was going down nonetheless to Rome, who proceeds the current form that he is in with those 2 frags in the round before. He already showed off that he is able to do something against the terrorists, as they do against the CTs. As Talik, Xati and Reflex open up in the middle. Those 3 players just slice through the CTs and leave only Nox and Fox scrambling. What is left of the CT squad? Portugal will need to pick up that round if they want to have a chance of winning that game against their Finnish counterparts. As Sally now takes over double doors, Nox just pokes in to draw some fire, and as he's not successful in doing so, the CTs will save their weapons, and they somehow teleported towards long. Go TV lag for the win. Fox and Rome still stay, Nox and Fox stay with their weapons, but Finland make it 15-12, and now they only need one more round to win this game against Portugal. And Fleet, 2 FAMASes for Nox and Mud. This will be a real struggle for the CTs to pick it up, but if they manage to do so, they will be even more motivated to get those last 2 rounds on the board. Now Xati gets the first frag onto Fox. Makes it a 5v4, but in an instant Nox and Rome chime in with 1 each, make it a 3v4 situation. Nox and C and Fleet are down to 13 and 19 HP though, and they need to really watch out to not give away their lives too easily. As the terrorists have captured the A bomb site, they will plant the bomb in a second, and the CTs are coming in from short, and 1 is coming in from long. They are smoked off though, and that nade almost picked off C and Fleet, who was able to take refuge behind that wall. Another smoke gets picked up by the terrorists, Grom just pushed through. He's able to spray one down. No, actually not. Xati and Joels finish off the job. Finland win that game and make it 16-12. 26 frags for Joels, 29 for Alu on the winning side. Finland had some trouble. As I said, it might get close, but it wasn't close enough for the Portuguese squad. So still a very good game by them. And I hope that the next game will be just as close as this one. In the end, the economy was playing a big role for the CTs, and obviously Finland just picked off 6 rounds in a row before